Alright, welcome to the tutorial video for our brand new PPR editor. So we're going to start out here. I'm going to go to the communications screen and let's just jump right into our PPR queue. You'll notice that all the options here for printing, faxing, all of that we've simplified to edit and delete. So all that we need to do is click edit and you will see the new editor. Right off the bat you'll notice a couple of things. Our big buttons at the top now take place those little buttons that we had on the previous screen. Now everything that you do with this PPR is done on this screen. So our whole entire PPR is brought in right here. Anything on this is editable. So we can just go ahead and put our cursor somewhere and start typing just like a regular editor. Again, all the same functions. We change our fonts, copy and paste. We can do numbered lists, bolded lists, block quotes, all of this stuff. When we get down here, we can remove the header if you're going to be printing this on your letterhead. If you click that, you'll remove this header. By clicking again, it doesn't come back. We put that in a different spot. If you want to save these digitally as a PDF, you can still do that by clicking the PDF button. It will bring in whatever you have into a PDF. So actually opens it down here. Now here's what that looks like. You could print it out of here if you would like, but that's our PDF. If you're saving these digitally, again, you will want to come up here and do a save as. You can. It opens it by the patient name and the date today, so you won't even have to really do much renaming. It will save it as that. So let's go back to our editor. This over here says view edit notes. This blue part up here tells us that there is notes on this PPR. We can either click here or click here to view them. If I click here, it'll open it up, say, hey, this is our great new editor. We can make changes, submit changes, and it's done. If you had no notes and you want to add notes, you can click here. It'll open up the same thing. This over here is print mailing labels, so that feature got moved from the PPR queue to this editor screen, and also the print envelopes. Something that we've added completely new is the insert template. So if you click that, this here, just like it says, insert predefined template content. I can go in here and any of these items I can just click and it'll preview. This is what it's going to look like. I can click insert and now it just inserted another header right here in the middle. You probably do not want that, so not there, but again, you can do fax backs, you can do this section, you can do confidentiality, the signature. It's important that, and later when we start talking about making templates, that you use these template pieces so that it pulls the data from the database rather than making a template that is set with a specific patient's name. We'll get into that a little bit later. If I'm done, this looks good, I want to print it, I come up here and it says this PPR is incomplete, please edit the enter comments here region before printing. If I want just to preview this on a piece of paper and I don't care that it's not ready to give to the physician, I can just ignore it and it will print it out. But obviously I don't want to send this to a physician when it's not complete. That would look pretty unprofessional. So I say, okay, I'll go fix that. And I come here and I type in a bunch of health conditions. Now I can come up here and say print it. And this brings up my printer dialog box. So I can just press print and away it goes. And this note up here says that now this PPR has been marked as completed and been added to the PPR log history. This is just telling you that it is now moved out of the PPR queue, and it's in the log like it's been sent. So even though you just printed it, it's not gone out of your office yet. It's marked as gone. If I edit this and I want to save it, I click that one, and okay, I do want to save it. It saves it. If I want to fax it now, I can just click this. It says, are you sure you want to fax this? I say, okay, let's do it. It's been faxed. Again, I can do all that stuff from inside the screen. When I return to queue, and it says, do you want to save changes? Sure, it's always safe to save over again. Saves it. Now I'm back at the dashboard. If I go into my log, this shows that this was just sent. Here I can flip it open and view what I actually sent out. And again, fully editable. So if you printed it out and it was something wrong, even though it's marked as sent, you can hop in to the log and jump back in, change it some more, whatever you would like to do. Alright, another thing that we added is a create PPR template. Previously you had to open an existing PPR. If you wanted to write your own, you had to delete all the content inside of it, save it as a template. It worked, but it wasn't as intuitive as maybe it should have been. So now we have the create PPR template. This opens up just the basic items. Now you'll notice that it shows up a little strangely on this screen. There are some fields that have the brackets and dollar signs. You don't want to touch those fields. The reason being is that is information that's pulled from our database for your patient. Whoever was the examiner goes here, the physician goes here, their number here, etc. So if you change those, it won't pull from the database. It'll remain for everybody what you type in there. So you want to leave these alone. If you accidentally delete this, besides doing a Control-Z undo, you can actually delete this and say, well, I want to come in here and do the to patient and date. So it's going to look like, insert it, it's back in. So, and this here says don't delete the stuff that's in here. This information, you can come in here, you can type your own. You could copy and paste something in if you would like. Keep in mind when you copy and paste that it is best, if you're going to copy out of Word, to copy it into Notepad first and then copy it out of Notepad into the editor. Word often brings in formatting that you can't see here, but it's behind the text that might mess up how things work. If you type it yourself, there's no worries at all, but if you copy it out of Word, sometimes you get some weird things going on. So I'm going to make my new physician letter here, and now that I'm done, it looks good, I want to save it. Again, I give it a title and a description and a type. So we'll say this one is carries. I hit create template, it saves this template, and I can close, and this is just saying, did you make sure you saved it? Say yep, we saved it. So it's going to take us out of here back to the queue. Now when I go to the queue and I open my carries and my PPRs, here's my test template. I can preview it just like before. There it is. Again, it's putting in on this screen, it's putting in the curly brackets, the database information, so that's normal. I can hover over the info and it tells me a little bit about it. I can delete it here, or I can actually edit it. Jump right back into my editor so I don't have to again open it in a patient and then redo a template. I can say, oh, I messed up a little bit, I forgot to put this sentence in here. I can do that, save it, it brings all this up. I can update it. If I accidentally called it the wrong thing, I don't have to create it all new. I can just change change that. It's going to rename this, it's not creating a new one. So now I say, well, that should have been Imperio. Update it. Alright, now I can close it. Again, it's going to take me back here. Now we'll go into Perio, my PPRs, and here it is with the newly updated. I can say, alright, that looks good. I'm going to add this to the queue. Click continue. And here's my only 2 option menu. Like okay, I'm going to click the edit. Here it is. Now notice all the weird database stuff is gone and the actual names are in here, just like it should. Okay, it looks pretty good. Only one little change I want to make, and that's I probably need to put a little sunglasses smiley guy in here just to round it all off. And I'm going to save it. So now it's custom, and I'm going to fax it now. Click fax, and it's gone. I close and return to editor. Yeah, sure, let's save it. Go to my log, and here it is. This shows me that it was an edited version. Here's the date, who the patient was, who the physician was, and who sent it. I can again access it to see what exactly I sent. So this new version is a lot more powerful. You can get in here and check out all the stuff you can do. You can build your own templates from scratch. It is a lot better and more robust editor. So that is it. In the next video, we're going to talk about a couple of things that you need to set in your browser to make the printed version work correctly, and mainly in Internet Explorer. The font will be really small unless you click one simple button that I will talk about in the next video.